what he will probably go down as if he does beat Alan Shearer's record, similar to maybe Ruud van Nistelrooy.
I did want to speak to you guys about Harry Kane. I did want to speak to you guys about how he could be considered one of the greatest Spurs strikers of all time. Probably could be one of the best Spurs players of all time as well. And he could actually break Alan Shearer's record of being the top Premier League scorer of all time. But I wanted to kind of know from both of you as well. Do you reckon he actually regrets not moving to Manchester City last season as well and actually going for that Premier League title? Because Spurs are looking strong this season. They have got Antonio Conte, who is a strong character and a strong manager. They have shown their hand in terms of, especially at the Chelsea game as well, how to really get a point, how to scrap a point, how to scrap a draw, and scrap a win like they did against Wolverhampton Wanderers with Harry Kane scoring the winner. Where do you kind of see Harry Kane in terms of Premier League all-time greats?
Yeah, I think he'll be gutted that move didn't materialise, because I think he did everything humanly possible to get himself there, and he even did that interview with Gary Neville where he was basically like, I'm unhappy, I want to do the X, Y, and Z. But yeah, he completely disrespected Tottenham, and they were just playing hardball, Spurs, and they always are when you negotiate with them. They're not easy. And he'll be gutted, yeah, because he'll be looking at Haaland thinking that should be me. I should be playing with Foden. I should be playing with Grealish. I should be playing with Mahrez and all these great players, and I'm not. I am playing with great players, but I'm never going to win a Premier League.
And in that interview as well, Gary Neville asked him if you could play one current Premier League player, who would it be? And he said Kevin De Bruyne. And he was kind of there like, that was literally like, just give me a contract and I'll sign it. That's how much he wanted to move to Man City last summer as well, which is crazy to see. And it could be one of the biggest myths in Premier League history if Harry Kane never wins a Premier League title, because Alan Shearer did back in the day with Blackburn Rovers as well before he moved to Newcastle, and he's got that on his record. But imagine Harry Kane going through to 34, 35, the years of regret of just playing at Tottenham and them not really improving, because Tottenham is Tottenham at the end of the day. We all know how they're going to do going forward. But what more can Spurs kind of do to support Harry Kane in kind of getting him a trophy, let alone the Premier League title?
I think they may have already done it. I think they've gone and got a manager that could potentially get them at least a cup, an FA Cup, League Cup, Europa League, if they ever get into it. I think they've got the right manager for that, who could see them over the line. I think he's improved Spurs quite a lot since he's come in. So that's probably his only hope now, is on the sort of the coattails of Antonio Conte. I think he's probably past a move at a big club now. The only club I could probably see him going to is Manchester United. The Glazers and the board love that big name English signing. We could very well throw money at him next summer if Ronaldo goes, when Ronaldo goes, I should say.
Big shirt.
So I could probably see him maybe still coming to Manchester United. But will United be in any better position than Spurs? He'd have to weigh that up. Just to go on your point about, does he regret not going to City? I think it'll be the biggest regret of his career if he wins nothing. They won the Premier League last season, and again they'll look to do that again this season, as well as the Champions League. They're going to fight on all fronts, Manchester City. So, could he have done more? I mean, you can't do more than basically begging and flirting wildly to a team, doing an interview with Gary Neville. And Spurs were right to play hardball, and it's only Manchester City refusing to pay what they wanted that stopped the move. But in the grand scheme of things, what it will probably go down as if he does beat Alan Shearer's record, similar to maybe Ruud van Nistelrooy, it'll just go down as a great goal scorer. Well, Ruud van Nistelrooy is one of the best players I've ever seen play for Manchester United, but he doesn't get talked about in them terms of Premier League legends, world-class strikers, even though Manchester United fans know that he was. And I think it'll go down the same route for Harry Kane if he does fail to win any sort of major silverware for club or country. So, yeah, he could beat the record, but will he go down as a world-class legend? Probably not. He'll just go down as a very, very good Premier League goal scorer, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, I agree, bro. No, I agree 100%. 100% agree, because I think Harry Kane's I think he's too good for Spurs. I think he's their best striker, and I think he's their best number 10 as well. He's an amazing passer of the ball, Kane, and I think that's a really underrated side to his game. And I think going back to what Double A said, I would snap your hand off for Harry Kane. Imagine Harry Kane in our team.
Yeah.
Imagine
Oh, that's
Harry
exactly what
Kane
you
at
need.
Chelsea. He'd be a killer.
Yeah.
He would be a killer. And then I just think, but that's the impossible dream, that to get Harry Kane. And I can only half sympathise with him. Don't know what you think, Double A, because he signed that contract as well. Like, you agreed to stay for that amount of time. You took that money. So
Yeah.
6-year deal
Yeah.
in 2018, wasn't it, when you signed?
yeah, that's what I mean. You took that money, so I can only half sympathise, Harry.
Yeah, I think at that point, Poch was still there that time when he signed it. I think they were kind of riding that crest, and they thought Poch is definitely going to get us something, and it all broke down and back to square one. But like I say, I think he's got the right manager now, at least to get a cup. As soon as he gets one, he can kind of put that whole thing he's never won anything to bed. And I'm not saying it catapults him into that legendary status, and he's seen as that, but he can rest easy a little bit. I'm sure he'll get a little bit more better night's sleep knowing that he's got a medal in his trophy cabinet.
Question for you then, Double A. Do you reckon he'll win that big trophy in Qatar coming up in November, December?
You know what I'm going to say about that, don't you?
I'll ask you about this as well.
You know my answer to that. Obviously supporting Brazil. I'm backing the boys from South America rather than England. But England second, third favourites, I believe.
Second favourites.
Second favourite. I mean, the problem is with England, and looking at it from someone who doesn't really follow England national team really. You're hindered by your manager. Southgate is not the manager to win you. He's been close, yes, but I think you see by his need for 18 million right backs in a squad, going with a back five when England have some of the best attacking and progressive footballers in ever. Really, you just look at that squad that's capable, and if you had a manager, Eddie Howe or Graham Potter, if they were in there, young, progressive English managers, they'd have that team. You see what they're doing at the moment. You see what they did to Manchester United, Brighton. You've seen how City Newcastle played against City, and that's what England needs, because you don't want to waste this generation. We've seen the golden generation be wasted. Do you want it to happen again with this generation? And at the time, obviously, it's too late now to get Southgate's not going anywhere, and you are going to go into the World Cup with him. But it should have been in the summer, as the Moloko song goes. The time is now. You need to get rid of him and get someone in who could have won you the World Cup. But I think they may be there or thereabouts. So the weather's going to play a part, obviously. I think they're going to get out of the group. I think people are saying, I can see Wales or USA stopping them. They're going to be too good for them teams, and I think you'll get as probably quarterfinals, what you normally do. Semis at a push, but I would love to get them to the final against Brazil if it's possible. That would be good. That'd be the final I'd like to see. But no, I don't think you'll win the World Cup.
I thought you were going to reference the John Cena theme tune when it's like, "My time is up, my time is now." You can't see me, my time is now. Poor rendition, but yeah, I think that's how it was going to go for Gareth Southgate. You can't see me when he gets the World Cup. It's going to happen.